Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos reveals if she found love. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos kicked off her journey to find love again on Wednesday night. She has a pretty amazing group of men trying to win her over. Ahead of the premiere, Joan spoke with the media and revealed if she found love. What did she have to say? Keep reading to find out more. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos reveals if she finds love on the show. Everyone has been anticipating Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos season to kick off. Now that it has begun, there are already fan favorites quickly forming. US Weekly caught up with Joan to ask her about her season and if she found love. Joan had a lot to say about that. She first said, "I've only been in love with one person, more than one now." She went on to say that her journey ended just the way it was supposed to. Joan said, "The journey ended exactly like it should. I feel like I found a lot of love, and there's all different kinds of love. I feel like every one of these men are gonna be in my life forever. We shared really intimate things about our lives and we are bonded. So I think I found a lot of love actually this season." So she isn't quite giving anything solid away, but it seems like Joan is happy with the way things played out. Her thoughts on the men on her season. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos also dished on what she thought about the men she will be dating after meeting them on night one. According to Joan, she could have easily given out 10 first impression roses on that first night. She continued to say, "You go into this not knowing if you're gonna have a connection with anybody. And there were several guys that I felt like when they stepped out of the limo and I had a little conversation with them, and when they walked away I thought, okay, this could work, I'm feeling good." Joan revealed once again that she is not necessarily looking for an engagement. Instead, she really just wants to find someone who wants to be in a committed relationship with her outside the Bachelor bubble. More than anything, she wants to leave the show better off than she was when she first entered the mansion. Joan Vassos, the radiant star of the first ever Golden Bachelorette, became an instant fan favorite the moment she walked onto the rose-filled stage, her smile embodying the grace and charm of a woman whom had lived and loved deeply. At 65, Joan wasn't your typical reality TV contestant. She was a mother, a widow, and a retired art teacher, bringing with her decades of life experience and a heart brimming with the wisdom of age. Yet when she stepped into this world of roses and romance, Joan was searching for something she thought she might never find again: love. After years of healing from the loss of her beloved husband, Joan had finally decided to take a leap of faith. The Golden Bachelorette wasn't just a show for her. It was an adventure of the soul. Could lightning strike twice? Could love blossom again in the golden years of her life? Week after week, America watched as Joan formed connections with men from all walks of life. There was the dashing retired surgeon with a passion for photography, the former Marine-turned-novelist whose rugged exterior hid a heart of gold, and the soft-spoken grandfather who made Joan laugh like she hadn't in years. Each man brought something different to the table, but the question on everyone's mind was, would any of them be the one to fill the void left in Joan's heart? The answer didn't come easy. As Joan recently revealed in a heart-to-heart interview following the season finale, finding love in your 60s is an entirely different experience than in your 20s or 30s. At this age we come with histories, she shared, her eyes gleaming with both joy and a tinge of bittersweet emotion. "I'm not the same woman I was when I first fell in love. I've grown. I've changed. I've learned to be resilient in ways I never imagined, and so love looks different now. It's not about grand gestures or passionate infatuations. It's about finding someone who complements who you've become and who you want to be." The show, of course, had all the hallmarks of the Bachelorette franchise: romantic dates in stunning locations, heartfelt conversations under the stars, and yes, even a bit of drama. But what set Joan's journey apart was the depth of the emotions involved. Watching Joan, viewers couldn't help but be reminded that love isn't confined to the young or the naive. It's universal. It's something that evolves as we do, and sometimes it can be even richer when discovered later in life. Joan admitted that stepping into this experience wasn't easy. The vulnerability required to open her heart again, especially on national television, was immense. "There were times I questioned myself," she confessed. "I wondered if I was being foolish, if it was too late for me, but I also knew that if I didn't take this chance, I'd always wonder what if." As she recounted the highlights of her journey, Joan didn't shy away from discussing the challenges. Navigating a new relationship while balancing the grief of her late husband was a delicate dance. There were moments when I'd think about my husband and feel guilty, she admitted, her voice cracking slightly. But then I realized love doesn't have to be a competition. Just because I loved him deeply doesn't mean there's no room in my heart for someone new. I can hold space for both. So did Joan find love? The answer in her words is both yes and no. Throughout the season, Joan developed a strong connection with two men in particular: Paul, the charming retiree with a love for adventure, and George, the kind-hearted widower, who seemed to understand Joan's grief in a way no one else could. The final episodes left viewers on the edge of their seats, wondering who Joan would choose, if she would choose anyone at all. In the end, Joan chose herself. I realized that this journey was about more than just finding love with another person, Joan revealed in her interview. It was about rediscovering myself. I came here looking for someone to fill a void, but what I found was that I'm already whole, and that's the most beautiful love story of all. Joan did leave the show with someone by her side, but it wasn't in the way viewers might have expected. Rather than accepting a proposal or committing to a serious relationship, Joan and George decided to take things slow. They're exploring what love looks like without the pressures of television or rose ceremonies. We're taking it one day at a time, Joan said, smiling. It feels right. There's no rush. I'm not 25 anymore, and neither is he. We've both lived full lives. We're learning to enjoy the moment, to appreciate what we have without needing to label it. For Joan, love isn't about a fairy tale ending, it's about a new beginning. Whether or not things work out with George, Joan feels that she's won. She's found peace, self-acceptance, and most importantly, the knowledge that love, in all its forms, is still very much a part of her life. As for what's next, Joan's future looks bright. She plans to continue traveling, spending time with her family, and perhaps even pursuing her passion for painting once again. But whatever the future holds, Joan knows she's ready to embrace it with an open heart. I've learned that love is always possible at any age, she said, her eyes twinkling with wisdom, and that's something I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. Joan Vassos wasn't just another contestant when she stepped into the spotlight as the first ever Golden Bachelorette. She was a symbol of life's resilience, a reminder that love can blossom at any age, and proof that the heart never truly stops searching. With a smile that carried both wisdom and warmth, Joan captivated viewers across the nation. Her story, filled with past heartbreak and the hope for new beginnings, resonated with millions. But as the finale aired and the credits rolled, fans were left with one burning question: did Joan Vassos, the Golden Bachelorette, find love? At 65, Joan was no stranger to love and loss. A widow, a mother, and a retired art teacher, her life had been a tapestry of experiences, some joyful, others devastating. She had spent decades building a life with her late husband, a love story that had been rich, deep, and enduring. But after his passing, Joan found herself in a new chapter, one where companionship and romance seemed distant memories.